back of the agenda form that you've got, there are some details that you made, phone number, and giving us some sort of feedback on what you think of the night. That'll help us in terms of making sure that these nights are well organised and reflective for people like yourselves who come along. So if you can take a couple of minutes towards the end of the night just to fill that out, that'd be great. Thank you. And I've also got to mention on Thursday we have a refinance for investing seminar. And we have a guest speaker whose name escapes me at the moment, but he's very good. And so if you're available on Thursday evening, please feel free to come along to that one as well. Alright. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest speakers believe that when it comes to property conveyancing, value for money and outstanding service mean everything. They say it doesn't matter if you're buying or selling, the last thing you need is a problem in the settlement process. They have a firm belief that if you're getting conveyancing done with them, you can be rest assured that everything will be done by the book, and if something that arises that will compromise your position, they'll be the first to bring it to your attention. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Nicole Treacey from Bennett, Carroll Solicitors.
Hi everyone. Just a bit of a background about me. I've worked in conveyancing for about 6 years while I was doing my law degree, so I've seen all sorts of really mad contracts in that time. I guess the first thing you need to think about, obviously, when you're going to buy a property is if you can actually afford it. So that's the that if you don't get the extension, or if you ask the seller for an extension and they decide not to grant it, the worst case scenario is the seller can terminate the contract. If the seller terminates the contract because you haven't got finance approval, you're still entitled to a full refund of your deposit. So it can be heartbreaking because you might have lost your dream property, but you will still get your deposit back. The only time that would be likely to happen would be if the seller had some kind of backup offer, like they had a buyer waiting in the who had a better offer or something like that. So it's hard to say whether or not they would do that, but you won't get sued for damages. You get your deposit back and you just move on to the next property. It's also good to talk to the real estate agent in those circumstances, because they usually have a pretty good relationship with the seller and they can talk to them and say, oh, it's just going to be a couple more days or something like that. So the next, probably most important condition that you would want in a contract is a building and pest condition. Usually, I'd say about 14 days from the contract date would be sufficient. You then engage a building and pest inspector. You've got to get someone with a license and to provide you with a written report. And the only requirement on the buyer is that you act reasonably. So if you got a building and pest inspection report done and there was something wrong with the property, something minor like a cosmetic defect, like a cracked tile or something that didn't actually have any impact on the structural soundness of the building, you probably couldn't terminate that because that would be acting reasonably. But if, for example, you found out that you needed the whole roof replaced on the building and it was going to cost you a fair bit of money, then you could probably terminate on those grounds. But if you do have a building and pest inspection report done and you're not satisfied with it, or if there's any problems with it or anything like that, just give your solicitor a conveyancer a call, because sometimes they can negotiate with the seller to have defects fixed before settlement, or the agent will do it sometimes too. So that's always a good thing. The seller's not obliged to fix any defects, but they might in order to get the contract over the line sort of thing. So usually pretty good with that kind of thing. On page 4 of 11, there's this blank part here under special conditions. We recommend that you put in there a clause that says the contract is subject to buyer being satisfied with all due diligence inquiries. The reason we recommend that is because basically if you enter into a contract and then you go and conduct a bit of searches on the property, there's not a lot of, you don't have a lot of right under the contract to terminate if you find some kind of adverse search result. So say for example you go into a building records search and you find out that there's been a patio added onto the property after the house was originally built, and you find out that patio doesn't have council approval. There's no requirement on the seller to actually give you a council approval, and there's no remedy for you to terminate. So if the council, in between you entering into a contract and settlement, if the council comes in and puts a demolition order or notice on that patio because it's not legal, you'll actually be liable for that notice. So basically what we like to say with the due diligence clause is, if we put that in there, it covers everything. So whether you get a bad, if you find out that the property is within a proposed study area for a new busway or something like that, they might not have actually started resuming any land, but you might just know something like that. So due diligence will cover all of that, and you'll be able to terminate and get a full refund of your deposit. Another thing I've enclosed in this little pack for you is a little brochure from the Office of State Revenue on stamp duty. Basically, as first home buyers, you're entitled to an exemption from stamp duty if happens, you enter into a contract, you have your contract date, and then what happens is you go through a series of approving these conditions. So you've got your building and pets, you've got your finance, you've got your due diligence, and the next step is settlement. In between that time, you will be issued with certain mortgage documents by the bank. You need to sign them, get them mixed by JP, and get them returned to the bank so that the bank's ready to fund your loan. The settlement process is relatively straightforward. You don't actually need to be there for that. That's what your solicitors do. They attend on your behalf. But there's usually a shortfall of money that you need, of your own money that you need to contribute. So you need to get that into your solicitor's trust account, usually about a week before settlement, roughly, just to make sure that all goes through smoothly. And then the bank turns up on the day of settlement, they hand over checks. You'll hand over checks, and you'll be able to collect the keys from the real estate agency before it goes to sell. Usually it's sometime in the afternoon. So, and then you can have a fun job of moving. So, that's the process in a nutshell, in a brief nutshell. What I've also enclosed here is this little substantial booklet that's this is actually published by the Indemnity Insurance for the Queensland Law Society, and it's in line with what they call the conveyancing protocol. So if you have any questions that you need more detail on, most of the answers will be in this booklet. But if not, you can always just drop me an email or give me a call or something and just go, I don't know anything, or what did you say about this condition or something. You're always more than welcome to call. But that's sort of the process in a nutshell from once we receive the contract. Does anyone have any questions? Have I sort of not explained something clearly? Is there something that anyone's not sure about? So if you walked into a real estate office tomorrow, you feel confident putting pen to paper and signing?
I've got a question, Nicole.
Yes.
You were saying about the due diligence clause.
Yes.
Have you got a sample of that clause that they should put into the contract?
Yeah, certainly have. If anyone wants to just drop me an email, I'll certainly more than happy to email that through to you.
And the other one was with the risk. Once
Yes.
you've signed the contract, you've got to take out insurance. We had suggested to us once before that you could put another clause into the special conditions that allowed the insurance to remain the
That's right.
responsibility of the
Property can
vendor.
remain at the seller's risk. Yep, you can do that.
So that's another way around having
Yep.
to take the insurance out straight up.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Just with the insurance in a unit situation,
Yep.
there'd already be one for the whole
The body
building.
corporate insurance, yeah.
Would you still need one for your unit?
Possibly for things like just things like the internal fittings, like so for carpets, plaster,
Any other questions for Nicole?
Probably one other thing that's probably very important too, the costs involved with the solicitor. You've got to hear with advertising, the TV and radio, and conveyancing, etc. So what's the costs are looking at? In our case, it's actually basically the unit situation. So.
Yeah. It depends on which searches you want to have done. I think for a purchase, our fixed fee at the moment is $7.70. Now that's for the professional fees component. You have your searches on top of that, and as I said, there are certain searches that are essential searches, and then there are the list of optional searches, depending on how far you want to go with the property searches, I guess, and how much you want to spend and what your intentions of the property is.
So for budget, would you say 1,000, including your searches, would it be 1,000?
Probably for a unit, with a unit, I would recommend that you obtain a full copy of the body corporate records. There's two ways you can go about that. There's a really cheap way of doing it, and that's actually to go out and inspect the records yourself. So you just ring the body corporate manager, make an appointment to go out, and provided you know what you're looking for, you can actually go through the records yourself. So the things that you'd be looking for would be any legal action that's been commenced against the body corporate, or any latent patent defects that haven't been disclosed in the contract. So say if you go out and inspect the body corporate records and find that the whole building requires structural underpinning, you actually have the right to terminate the contract within 14 days. If we get our search agents to do that search, they photocopy the entire record, and I think that's around about $300 or so. So with that, plus your other searches, plus our fees, I'd say probably $1,100 to $1,200. That's for body corporate, slightly cheaper for a house.
Any other questions? Thank you very much, Nicole.
Right, did I forget anything? No?
Yeah.
Lovely, thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Nicole. Ladies and gentlemen, our second guest speaker is a professional who's definitely at the top of the field. She works for a man who has won numerous awards and accolades over his time and started his own successful real estate business more than once. Believes the key to success, believes service is the key to success, as well as being able to listen and clearly understand the needs and requirements of both buyers and sellers. Joining us tonight is a lady who has spent nearly 25 years in real estate. She believes friendly, personal, professional, efficient service is essential in today's environment. She says we don't just sell real estate, we help you move to your new lifestyle. Their motto is the client first, ask me why. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Lynda from MV Real Estate.
Hello everyone. Firstly, just to explain something, I did start in real estate 25 years ago, but I've been in and out of real estate over that time. I think it's important when you're dealing with people and with property and lifestyle, you understand what people really need. I've worked as an elected officer for a federal member of parliament, so I understand at that sort of level of dealing with people's problems and dealing with politicians, which is interesting in itself. I'm also a qualified journalist. I worked an editor of a newspaper for a while in the Peninsula area, and I still own my own online newspaper and have done for the last 6 years. So my background is real estate, marketing, elected officer and journalism. So I've had a few lifestyles. So hopefully we can help you meet your lifestyle. Okay, what does a real estate agent do? Does anyone know? What does a real estate agent do? Anyone got any ideas then? Some people say we try to con you. Sometimes other people sort of, don't have very nice things to say. Two professions, journalism and real estate sales, is But there are two ways of doing that. If you come to us for one of our properties and we don't have a property that suits what you want, we can actually go to other agents, look at what they've got and arrange for a conjunction. So we can still help you out, but not as a buyer's agent. So the seller still has commission at that point. Okay? But if you come to us and say, well, we're really looking for whatever, we look at that property that you've got, we're not sure if that's what we want, and then we say, well, hang on a minute, I know an agent down the road has got similar property, would you like to go and look at that? And we can take you to look at that. We are not then acting as a buyer's agent. Okay? Or a property manager, which is renters. Okay? If you invest in property, then we can rent the property out for you. As Dempsey Real Estate, we tend not to do many rentals. We don't have a rent roll, but we do assist people in finding good tenants for their properties, and then we hand over the management to them. So that's how we work. Okay. How do you find an agent? Any idea? Where do you find an agent? Where would you go for an agent? Realestate.com. Realestate.com. First thing everybody says, realestate.com. Poor old domain.com gets missed out of here, and it's not big. Yeah, there's so many different websites, okay? But basically realestate.com would be the main one. Where else would you find a real estate agent? Local shop. So you're saying on the internet, first place, which is where we are. Some of your local shops, you've got agents down in the local shops. Where else? Print media?
Courier mail.
Okay, yep, okay.
Junk mail.
Internet, the first one. Print media. Signage. Flyers in your letterbox and word of mouth. Signage is another thing. You go around looking at properties. Oh, there's a property for sale. We'll ring the agent. We'll go and have a look. With Mel and I on the signs, we always make a bit of a joke. People usually ring me because I'm better looking than he is, but he argues with that. Flyers in your letterbox. That's really important. Nathan and I were letterbox shopping at one stage there. So flyers in your letterbox are good. They might be annoying, but sometimes later on you think, oh, hang on a minute, I saw something like that. Word of mouth. That is the best thing for an agent, is if someone else recommends them. It's like anything else. It's like Aussie, Bennett, Carroll, whatever. If someone else recommends, you are going to listen more to those people than you are by finding it anywhere else. Okay? More importantly, how do you find a property? Same way. Okay? Basically the same way. Internet, print media, etc. Now you can decide what you want. Okay, 10 most important things when buying your new home. Okay, what's the first thing?
Area.
Area is one. Somebody else? Price. Two. What other things? Location, where do you want to be? Price, how much can you afford? Okay, number three. What type of home do you want? Do you want a townhouse? Do you want a unit? Do you want a Queenslander? What do you want? You have to get in your head roughly what you want. In saying that, you could walk into a house that fits none of your criteria and think that's the place I want. You have to feel comfortable. What style of home fits your lifestyle? So if you've got a 3-story townhouse and you're in a wheelchair, it just isn't going to work. So you have to decide what sort of home suits your lifestyle. You've got children, pets, whatever. How many bedrooms and bathrooms do you want? And sometimes do you need? So look at your needs before you want. How many car spaces do you want or need? Okay, do you want a garage? Do you want a shed? Do you want a carport? You know? A couple of you are laughing there thinking, oh, why do we need to know all that? But you need roughly to do list of what you need. How much land do you want? Do you want a big block of land? Do you want no land at all? Do you just want a unit? Do you want a pool? Okay, if you want a pool, then you want to make sure that it's going to be compliant with it. And then define your other needs. Proximity to transport, schools, mum and dad, in-laws, whatever. Okay? Define, spelling over there, in fact, define your wood lights, which is something like solar hot water system, a water tank, views, all sorts of things like that, landscape garden. So that's another definitely two of the most important things. So one of the things you need to do is obviously go and see your mortgage broker first. And it doesn't hurt to go and see them first, have a talk to them, find out what you can afford. I mean, you might be looking in an area where the average house is $400,000 and you think, oh, geez, I don't know if I can afford that. You go to your mortgage broker and you find you can afford more or less. But you need to know the general price area where you can actually go. And the same with location. You have to be realistic with your location. If you're starting out, you might want to live 5 kilometres from Brisbane, but can you afford to live 5 kilometres from Brisbane? Do you want to compromise your location or what you want in a home? And with Envy Real Estate, we cover all of Brisbane. In fact, we sold a house in Cairns a little while ago, and I've never been to Cairns, so that was all done on the internet. Okay, this is realestate.com.au. This is the #1 site. Now, mind you, Domain would argue with that, and probably down south they could, but in Queensland this is the most common site. But there are lots of others. There's Property Now, there's My Homepage, Million Plus if you have to be a bit higher range. There's so many different home sites at the moment. But one of the things, that list that we had a minute ago, the 10 things, okay, you go into this, you put your suburb, your location, or your postcode. Okay, can you see it there? Is it? Most of you have probably seen real estate.com anyway. So you've got your postcode or your location. Okay, property type. You go down the size of your land. So you usually put your minimum size land there. Your minimum price, maximum price, which is when you've spoken to Aussie, then you know where you can be.
So remember, why do you have a minimum price?
A minimum price?
What does that achieve?
Well, if you're looking for a minimum price, say you've decided you want a 4-bedroom home, it's going to be in a reasonable condition, you know you're not going to get one in Carindale for under 400,000, are you? So
Okay.
you don't want to be sifting through things that you're really not going to be interested in.
Okay.
So you work out. Now remember, when an agent puts, this is the secret of the trade, when an agent puts in their minimum price, okay, if the owner has the price up to $600,000, we'll probably put our minimum price in at $550, so that when you do a search, $600,000 come in at $550. Because in a market, particularly in today's market, you can negotiate. Okay? Nothing is set, because the seller might want this amount, but the buyers are telling us no, it's not worth that. Okay? So that's why we put it in a lower range, so that we're not missing out on those people that think, oh, well, I can't afford 600, but that house mightn't actually go for 600. It might be listed at 600, but they'll probably take less than 600, particularly in today's market. I mean, I've just recently done something where the property has actually gone down from August last year to February. The property went down $35,000, according to an average automated valuation through Aussie data. February to now, it's gone down another 15,000. Right. So and they say it's a buyer's market, but it's not necessarily a buyer's market, because sellers are starting to take the properties off if they don't need to sell. So if you really want to get into the market, it is a really good time to do it. There's a lot of properties in there going off the market because the sellers, I'm not going to give my property away. So I don't need to sell, I'll take it. Okay. Then you have your number of bedrooms, your number of bathrooms, and your number of car spaces. Okay, now with the car spaces, you usually put what you want for garage space. Okay, now realestate.com does some funny things sometimes, and it will come up like here, it says 4 car spaces. Now that property only has a double garage, but it has room for 2 cars in the driveway. And the way realestate.com does that, it says, well, if you say 2 garage spaces and 2 car spaces, that gives you 4. So it's something you need to look at when you look at your property. You can obviously see, if you saw when you see the rest of the photos, you can see that it's only got 2. Okay, but that's just something that, it's the same with bathrooms. Sometimes you might think there's 2 bathrooms in a house, 2 full bathrooms, but there's 1 bathroom and an ensuite. It's just the way realestate.com does it, and domain.com does the same thing. So it can be a bit confusing. So, that's why you put your minimum in. Okay. Oh, Now down here, you've got all these other things, the different criteria, external criteria for the property, internal criteria. Now, I purposely did this one so that it selected one of our properties so that I could tell you the sort of things we put in there. Okay, we said pool, one of the things that was a requirement, had to be 4 bedrooms plus, 3 bathrooms plus, and 2 car accommodation plus. Okay, they were a couple of the things that we put that it needed. Needed air conditioning, that was one of our requirements that we filled in down here, so you have more options and you can put in, so you can actually really define exactly what you want. Then you might find you don't have anything to play, because having completely defined this property, only one came up. So if that happens, then you need to widen your, or loosen your criteria a little bit. So, or maybe I only want 2 bucks. Okay? So that you're not excluding everything. Okay? So that's realestate.com, and you can get around there, do all sorts of things on there with the suburbs. You've also got your, you're buying, you're renting, commercial, find an agent, all those sorts of things are on that area. And if you're interstate, you can just about go wherever you like. You can go on holidays on realestate.com, just about. But make sure when you do it, you can save it. You can actually, once you've saved them all and take them, you can get a comparison. So all those properties that you've said you like, they'll give you a list. Side by side, to say what's the difference between them. So it's a really good way to look at your property. Okay? And then you contact your agent, and that's what's happening most of the time. Very few, I worked in a big agency in Redcliffe, very few walk-in. People tend to walk in if they want to sell their property or rent. But to buy property, people tend to sit on the internet. Where would you sit mainly? You sit at home on the computer, probably late at night, thinking, let's just see what's around. Okay, and that's what people do these days. Okay, so, because we don't have an office, we don't have to turn overhead. So we need a different sort of service. We come to you. We don't expect you to come to our office to do things, we'll come to you. Okay? Okay, this is another way you can find a property. It's through RP Data, and it's called My RP. Now, RP Data is one of the 2 main programs that people use in the real estate industry to evaluate, not value, but evaluate your property, so they get an idea of what it's actually worth. Okay? And that goes down here. We do an automatic valuation for people when they come and list their property, so it gives us an idea of the range of the property's worth. Okay, you can do that. I believe Aussie do that for you. Aussie do that free as well. If you went onto RP Data to do that, we do it free. But if you went onto RP Data to do that, I think it costs $29.95 or something.
$89 for
$89 now.
for a comparative market analysis.
Okay, but just an ordinary ABM, I think, is about $29.95, which really doesn't tell you a great deal. But so Aussie do it free, we do it free. Okay, that's one of our services. Now I brought up Carroll again because I wanted to be consistent with area. And if you go into My RP, it will give you the agent data in that area, so you've got a bit of an idea. Okay, of who you can get. Now it's not a bad website. It also tells you what sort of things you can do. Okay, you can zoom in, zoom out, gives you comparative sales yourself, but you've got to remember that it does it very broadly. It wants that site wants to make money. It wants you to actually have a taste of what's there and then pay to get the rest. But as we said, both NB Real Estate and Aussie do it for you anyway, if that's what you're interested in. Okay? Go to the next one then. Okay. When you're looking for a house, okay, you do through attending open homes or by appointment. Okay, most people go to the paper on Saturday, what's open this week? We'll go and have a look. Or you can go to realestate.com and find the list. Okay? And we prefer to do by appointment if we can. We do open homes, but options, but we don't, particularly in the current market where there's only a 19% tenants rate on options. So I suppose if you want a real bargain, you can go with an option, but they're just being really the buyers aren't coming up to the level that the seller requires. So it's only 19% in Perth and in Queensland and Western Australia. It's a pretty low percentage. Okay. Remember, when the agent is engaged by the seller, he's there to get, or she's there to get the highest price of the home they are showing. So if you're a buyer, you've got to remember your agent is working for the seller. It might sound hard, but that's no different to going into Myers and buying something over the counter. The person behind that counter is there for the seller. Okay? They're there to sell a product. And that's what we are. And we're very upfront about that we do work hard for ourselves. In saying that, we're also very polite to it's our ethical duty to ensure that you as a buyer are treated with fairness and respect, as opposed to explained throughout the negotiation. Okay? As a buyer, you put an offer in for a home, you need to be aware of the maximum price and time frame, which Nicole has already explained to you. It's a good idea to approach a broker or lending agency to advise, and at this point be ready with a solicitor and have a B&P or building and test with the buyer, so that you know you're ready. You really are ready to buy. Okay? When you find the home you like, work out how much it's worth to you, then make an offer for the property. Be prepared to put the offer to contract, and then the negotiation process can begin. Very few people these days will go in and say, there's a $600,000 property, yeah, we'll pay $600,000. They might go in at 550, 560. If you go in too low, the owner's going to get their back up. No, forget it, they're not genuine. You go in at reasonable. You've got to look at what it's worth to you. You know, you might look at a $600,000 home and say, well, it is worth $600,000 to me, but I don't really want to pay that if I don't have to. Why would you? So you put in an offer. The agent will get you to sign on the offer and then take it to the seller. The seller will then look at it and think, no, not quite enough, cross it out and put a counter offer. This can happen 10 times, and Nicole and I will probably say that they hate sort of what we call chicken scratching contracts, which is where you cross it out, everyone has to initial it every time, and that is so frustrating.
How much is cash worth in that situation?
Depends. It depends. If there's no other offers, okay, it's worth a lot. If there are other offers with subject to finance, quite often the vendor will take a cash offer in preference, even if it's a little bit lower. Hard to say what it's worth, but it probably is quite an advantage to have a cash offer. Quite an advantage. Then you don't have to go, no offence, you don't have to go through the bank. Aussie can look after you through the bank, and I can tell you, if you're going to get a loan, go through a mortgage broker. I'm dealing with 2 banks at the moment, and it's not a good day.
Bank is a 4-letter word.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But banks, you are a little cog in the wheel to a bank, right? They're just not, they haven't got that personal service. You go to a mortgage broker, and you've got somebody who's going to look after you through the bank for you. Is that right? That's the way it goes, and it's a lot easier to deal with because they have the contacts at the higher level. And if your bank isn't doing what it needs to do, they can go to the higher level and say, hey, city guy, why isn't this going through? What's going on with it? And you get more information. And you don't have to worry about it. Between the bank, between the mortgage broker and the solicitor and your agent, it should be a fairly stress-free thing to buy a new home.
Do you mean that they'll get you the best deal from a mortgage broker?
They look at the deals. They look at the deals, and you'll be able to ask them afterwards. But yeah, they look at what's available. They have a broader range than just going to one bank. Would that be right? Okay. When you prepare to put an offer in and the negotiation process can begin, instruct the agent you want a building and pest done and specify the time frame. If you don't want a building and pest, that's totally up to you. But as an agent, we always say it's a good idea to get a building and pest. Okay? Even if the house is only a couple of years old, right? It costs you $300-400 to get a building and pest. But why don't you get into anything, any time, whether it's new or old? So to cover you, we and usually within 14 days. Unless you're paying cash, be prepared to specify a finance time frame as well, so that the contract doesn't go unconditional until all those clauses have been met. Okay. Now, before I go a little bit further than that, I'm going to mention these because you need to be able to see the sustainability declaration, which is a Queensland Government form, and we have to get it from the owner of the property, and you are entitled to see it when you go to an open house or view a property. But it's interesting that the person says, if you don't know the answer to any question, please leave the box blank. So most owners these days just sign one of the form. Because if they do the wrong thing, they're in trouble. Fine, and the agent gets fined too. Okay? So unless they're absolutely positively sure that they have solar power, solar hot water system, or air conditioning or no air conditioning, how many ceiling fans they've got, what the liter water from the shower has done, a lot of things don't do it. But you are entitled to look at it. Okay? And we usually attach it to the contract so that the solicitor is aware that it's been done. Okay? The other thing is pools, swimming pools. Okay? New legislation for swimming pools. Okay, so quite often, if it's just come onto the market, the owner may have a compliant swimming pool prior to 1st of December last year. It may no longer be compliant, so they have to have a certificate. And this form here, which says no pool certificate, means that they're telling you that they haven't got one at this stage, but they will get one by the time the contract is ready to go through. Okay, and then that's the first do it. So we have to, that's correct, isn't it, Nicole? We have to remove the pool, we have to include that, and then as soon as we get this, we send it through to the solicitor. Correct me if I'm wrong. All these, all these forms, people think real estate agents just go in and sell property. We have to be aware of the legislation. Body corporate have just changed the legislation. I'm not quite up with that one, so if anyone's got a townhouse, I have to be honest with the solicitor at the moment and find out, because all our forms that we get through our what they call real works, which is through the REIQ, they're not up to date yet. It only came in a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, so it usually takes them about 30 days to get that accuracy here, so we haven't got it yet. Okay. You ask if there are any easements, and if concerned, ask for a copy of a recent title search, which will have the easements on it. And as Nicole said before, you can always ring up the council to find out what you need, what able to be done. If you're buying a house and you think, I'd like to put a carport there, ring the council, check on it. The agent can do it, but we prefer you to do it, because then you are getting the correct information. You may say, oh yes, they want to put a carport here, and you said, no, I've changed my mind, I want to put it the other side. So you need to ring the local council. Not say regional council, you ring up, and they will ring you back. 48 hours if you're lucky, 3 days if you're not. Brisbane City Council are a little bit different, you can arrange a time. And the other councils, are you all from Brisbane City, Moreton Bay region, or where are you? Where are you placed? Okay. So your own council will give you that information, but you can ring the town planning and find out what it does, or you can ring the plumbing department, and most of them will tell you, oh yeah, you can't do that plumbing down the side, but the easement should be on the title search, and most agents will do a title search, and solicitors will do another one. Okay, so we try to attach our title searches to the contract, and that's a good practice, because then we're clear if it doesn't have an easement on there, then we're clear, because we haven't told you the lie, we haven't said there's no easement in there. Okay. Ensure inclusions and exclusions are cited in the contract. If you have a dishwasher, okay, it's a Blanco dishwasher, great, put it in the contract. There have been cases where Blanco dishwasher was there, and when they've gone to actually move in, they've got a little cheeky from somewhere else. So just make sure that those sorts of things are cited in your contract. And exclusion. If the lady has a beautiful bedspread with matching curtains, she's not going to take the matching curtains with her. So make sure you're well aware of all those things.
Can I ask, is it usual that someone would see a house and go, oh look, is it possible to add in that?
Yes.
Like, beautiful big wooden punches that match the rest of the house?
Yes.
Okay.
It's It's not usual, but it is not unusual either. So yeah, you do get that. I mean, I've got one at the moment where someone walked in and they said, "Oh, that unit fits there beautifully, doesn't it?" And I said, "Yes, it does." And I said to the owner, "If they decide they want the property and that's a key point, are you happy to leave that?" Their reaction was, "If it comes up to a certain price, then you have it."
Okay.
So yeah, it's a negotiating process.
Yeah. Alright.
It's like outside deck furniture, anything like that. Agents don't like to do that, right? They don't really like putting those sort of things in if they're not fitting, because it becomes a bit of a problem if something gets damaged at the meantime. But it's not impossible. The other way to do it is to make an offer to the owner and say, "Look, we've got this house, can we buy that off you?"
Alright.
That's a better way to go. What are you laughing at, Nicole?
Probably is.
Go to the garage sale. Yeah. Okay. We don't like to put those sort of things in.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, it makes it very, very difficult. Okay. I had one place at one stage someone said, "Oh, there's a boat in there, do they want to keep their boat?" I said, "Well,
Do you want to keep your children too?
well, there's an option." There can be an option.
No one wants
I'll
to
throw mine in.
Really good home.
Yeah. Okay. Any special clauses must be prepared by a solicitor. Most agents do have prepared clauses, but solicitors give us clauses, particularly if it's a subject to sale and things like that. We do have prepared clauses. We can use those, okay, but they must be prepared by a solicitor, and we do advise when you get the warning statement, as Nicole mentioned, you get a warning statement that advises you not to send to your solicitor. So if you've got any problem with what happened, you've got 5 days to do that. And if there are any problems with special clauses, that's when you come across. I had one recently, property was being bought through another agent. They had organised this property and they had a project to sell and no contract clause in it. So it was very difficult, but as it happened, they managed to get out of that property. There is a cooling off period of 5 working days and penalty if you pull out at that point. So you already know all about that. Okay, once negotiations are complete and both parties have signed the relevant places on the contract can then be dated. Okay, you don't date it until it's fully negotiated, signed, and everybody is happy with the price. And then the copy is then given to the buyer and the seller, and the countdown starts. A deposit is required to be paid, and the buyer must then take out insurance on the property, which you've already been told. The deposit must be paid into a trust account of some kind. At MB Real Estate, we don't have a trust account because we're a small agency. We have it paid into the seller's solicitor's account, or if the seller is acting for themselves, into the buyer's solicitor's account. It's very rarely that you'll get 2 people acting like that, so that's what you did, and quite often there's a charge to the seller for use of the trust account. But a lot of agencies are now doing that because of the complexities of running a trust account. Okay. The agent will send the original copy of the contract to the buyer's solicitor. Is that correct? We usually send it in an overnight bag to make sure it gets there. And a copy to the seller with an invoice for commission. Okay? So that's when the agent sends their commission invoice. Of course, it doesn't get paid until settlement. Okay? So the original goes to the buyer's solicitor. That's why it's important that you have your solicitor ready, and a copy to the seller. Okay? Make sure you check on settlement date, time to pay deposit, and how there is to be paid. That's something the agent needs to point out to you, and something the solicitor will also point out to you, but you need to know yourself as well. I mean, these days we advise, 21 days for finance for the deed? Yeah. It used to be 14, but
It's harder and harder to do 14 now.
yeah, well, we don't even advise 14. We now say 21.
In reality, it's only really 10 days anyway, because you've got 2 weekends.
Yeah. So we advise building the PEP 14, and we suggest, we don't advise, we suggest, you're not allowed to advise, we're allowed to suggest, but we have building the PEP for 14 days, or 21 days for finance, and settlement date. It can be 30 days from the contract date. It can be, if you've got no finance issues and no building and press, it can be whatever you like, but you need to talk to your solicitor because your timing is important. If you have other mortgages to discharge, or the seller's mortgage has to be discharged, all sorts of things like that. and although the property is considered sold until settlement, it's still not your property. Very rare it falls over between that time, but it can. So you have to be aware of that. So you just run them everything you need to do. So when the property is sold, the agent should lead you through all these stages, right through, as I've done tonight, and be present for the building of pests and the valuation, which can be interesting at times when they ring you up at 9 o'clock in the morning and say, oh, can you come over at 10 and do a valuation? And you think, oh, well, I had a bit of sleeping this morning. I'm really going to have to get on the weekend. A pre-settlement inspection can also be requested, which is usually the day before the property is due to settle. So if there's anything wrong, like suddenly the carpet's not there, how it should be, or the light fitting's gone, then we've got 24 hours to get it organised to make sure that those things are put back. On settlement, the agent will make arrangements to hand over the keys to your new home. What NB Real Estate do is we take the keys to the property and then give new owner at the property. A lot of the bigger agencies will say, oh, well, come on in and collect your keys, but that's one of the little things we like to do. So we like to welcome you to your new home, and we like to smile on your face and make sure everything's gone through, and make sure the keys actually fit in the lock, and explain whatever we can. A couple of other little things that we need to do with as agents, we don't need to tell you, but we like to say power organised, telephone organised, your internet organised. If people forget now, the power companies turn the power off, and they don't leave it on. They used to leave it on for up to 30 days, but nobody's going to pay that period, whereas before they didn't worry, but now they do. So if it settles on Friday morning, then you need to have your power organised for Friday afternoon. Okay? Alright. I've shown you those forms. The other one is the insulation. Important thing. The insulation, if you have the metal insulation in the roof, it needs to have been inspected by what do they call it? The relevant inspection agency, or whoever that the government has decided, and sometimes they send one out and then they send another one out. So there are a couple of things, but that's really important. Building pests will not go through if they do not have that certificate for that insulation. They will not go into the roof. So you need to make sure you have good building pest inspection. That's really important. That as an agent, we should be asking that question. Occasionally we don't, because they say yes, it's fine, and you go with doing everything else, and then building pest goes around and say, where's that certificate? And the owner says, oh, it got done. Well, where is it? Before building pest is done in, and that's roof safe and that. There's a disclosure form from the agent to the buyer regarding the amount of commission they are to receive. Okay? So it's called Form 27. I do have one here somewhere. It's really, it's just another form. You've already seen the contract form. It just basically says that we're not getting any kickback. So if we say, oh, go to, a couple of different solicitors or Aussie or whatever, at NB Real Estate we get no commission from any of these people, no trails or anything. We just give you a number of options. We do require tax, which we have a number of solicitors in. We can't just point them in one direction. That's not our job. I mean, tonight, yes, because we get fees that we're paying. But no, that is different. But what it does, it tells you that we're not receiving anything from any of the people that, for those sort of things, and it just tells you the commission that we receive plus.
The banks are now asking for Form 27.
Oh, well, we usually send it anyway.
They never used to worry about it, but they ask for it these days.
Yeah, actually, we found some do and some don't, and we've usually included it anyway, and then we also do a statement to the buyer. Okay? Now, what that statement to the buyer does is cover our butts, to be honest, where it says, yes, we have given you all those forms, we've given you everything you need, and as the buyer, you sign to say we've got the warning statement, we've got the body corporate statement, and we received those want. Tell us roughly what price you want. Because the vendor sometimes doesn't know, or, you know, they want to keep us in the dark too. We'll tell them roughly what it's worth. And if we think it's worth around, say it's 410, just use low price. So if we say it's 410, and they say, well, we want over 399, we'll say, well, market it in the low 400s. Okay? So people know then, well, low 400s, that's then 400 to 420, that's the range. Or low to mid, so that then they're looking at 20, anything, you know, under 150,000. Because in today's market, it is the buyer that gets excited. Sell it for whatever, I don't know, buy it, and then if you want to pay for that, then it doesn't matter what the seller wants for it, does it? So if you say, if they're saying over 399, some agents actually do that, and they, well, my father got caught on that one. He went to look at property that was 420, offers over 420, and they wanted 490. They wouldn't even look at anyone. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Which is why, yeah, fixed price marketing doesn't work at the moment. If you're going to put 440 on property, someone's going to come along with 400, guaranteed. Because that's the way buyers are thinking, because the media are not. But it may be a buyer's market, sellers still set their minimum price. So we tend to go more for the low 400s to mid, or mid to high 4s, or whatever that price range may be. And that means that the buyer comes in and says, oh, yeah, okay, over 4, well, they're not going to pay 400,000 one, are they? And they'll usually come in around 405, 410, because it says low. Okay? And so we've worked with the vendor, because remember, we're working for the vendor. And I know if someone said to me, offers over 399, I'd go in and say, well, I'll give you 400,000. Of course you would. In this market, they'll come in and say, oh, they want offers over 399, so we'll go in at 390. You know, basically, it's a price guide. Okay? It's a guide. It's not. Gone are the days when it's, you know, very few are they fixed. Most of them are negotiable prices. And that's where we tend to avoid the fixed price market. But yeah, I'm with you. You put 399 over 399 off 400 or 390, and then the agent has to explain to the vendor why someone's coming in and saying, oh, just off 390, why not 399? And that's why we do it in a much more flexible way. And then after say a month, you've got a fair idea then what the property's actually worth, because you'll have people coming in at 405, 410, 405, 410, around that price, and then go to the vendor and say, well, okay, this is the sort of price we're looking at. Be prepared. You still leave it on that level, but when you go to your mortgage broker, you know then whether you can get low, mid, or because that's what the mortgage broker can advise as well. When you go up to 425, and then you know, well, okay, we're going at 405, the owner comes back to 430, you come back to 410, and it comes to 425, and says, right, that's as far as I'm going. You know you can afford 425, so you agree. Or not. Does that make sense? Any other questions in that regard?
I've got two questions. One is, you were talking about compliment earlier, and can the actual seller pull out or something? You know, when you pay that deposit,
Well,
they change their mind?
that depends on, you mean on your 5 days, pulling off in 5 days, that's pulling off the buyer. Correct me if I'm wrong, buyer or Nicole, but that's the cooling off of the buyer, not the cooling off of the seller. Okay? So, I mean, the seller's decided that they're selling and that's it. The buyer's the one, it's like anything else, if you buy goods from somewhere, okay? The seller's not going to say, right, okay, I want that back, but you as a buyer can go in and say, I didn't like that store, thank you very much, I'm refund. Okay? Is that a good analogy?
Yeah. The seller can terminate if the buyer doesn't meet their obligations
Yeah.
under the contract. So if, you know,
It's not just on a change of mind.
no, the seller can't just change their mind and
No.
say,
But that's why it's dangerous if you don't meet criteria. And that's what's dangerous for the banks at the moment, some of the banks, and that's why it's good to have a broker, because some of the banks are saying, oh, darn, we've got to get the valuation done, well, it was due. Why isn't it done? You've had 3 weeks to do it. Oh, well, we've been a bit busy. Whereas you get someone like your broker to sort of be pushing that. Am I right, Ben? You do that?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, to answer your question, probably the vendor seller is unlikely to pull out, but if they've changed their mind, they'll be sweating on one of your clauses falling over. I didn't get financed by the due date. I didn't pay my deposit by the due date. I didn't hit any of those time frames. If you don't hit them, they'll take any chance they get and go, oh, it's over. Here's your deposit, I'm out.
Right, but if you're clean,
If you're clean, they've got to sell it to you. But
That's right.
But if they want out, then they'll find a way to get out, and they'll wait for you to fall over, and they'll take you out.
And
I've actually had that happen where clients have they didn't get something in time, didn't get their building and pest inspection done on time or something, and the vendor's gone, well, sorry, I'm out.
And as an agent, if that happens to us and we know there's a buyer waiting in the wings that's going to offer more, it's our duty to our seller to tell them, because we're working for the seller, remember, they're paying our wages. So it's our duty. If that happened and your finance was not ready and you want an extension, then the seller can get back to us and say, well, look, have you got anyone in the wings? And if we say, well, actually, yes, we've got somebody who's waiting, they're willing to pay even the same amount and there's no finance issue. Okay, the seller can turn around and say, right, no extension, bad luck, you're out. Start the process again with a new buyer. It doesn't happen very often, and it doesn't happen in this market, but I can tell you when it's a rising market, it's quite a possibility. And at the moment the market's levelling. Dropped and it's levelling, but who knows where it's going. Really. And anyone who turns around to you and says, oh, I know where the market's going, I'm sorry, I wouldn't believe them. We don't. We know it's levelling. Okay, we can see it levelling. Whether it's going to drop again, we don't know. It just depends.
It feels so wobbly. I mean, on our way over, I should
Try it to my end.
It just feels really nerve-wracking. I mean, on the way over tonight, I've got an offer on our house in England, you know, and then suddenly it's so serious, and I feel scared then. I feel like because it is so wobbly, I don't know what's going to happen. And,
But the English estate agents are different too, aren't they? The way it works over there is
yeah,
totally
my second one is something into it. Now my son's like, sort of, oh, help.
Yeah, well, I mean, and as an MD real estate, we buy and sell all over the place, or sell mainly, and list, and we get new listings coming up, but as I said, we can, you know, if you come to us, we can look for something for you, and we can just fill agent, except one. We tend not to jump with Go-Gecko, because Go-Gecko injunction fees are only $500 to the other agent, whereas they want 50% of the commission. Go-Gecko charge a lower commission. I mean, they're good agents, don't get me wrong, but it's just, they charge, you know, $5,995, I think it is, no matter what the price of the property. And they will give, if I went to them and said I've got a buyer, they'll give me $500. Right? They come to me with a buyer, and on a percentage, they will fully 50% of commission. Our full commission. You know, so it tends to be a bit of a contentious issue there. But, you know, don't get me wrong, they're not bad agents, it's just the way they market them. They can never slag another agent because they might be taken up. We don't slag competition because we don't have any competition because we're just so good. Isn't that right? Isn't that the way you guys work too? Definitely, absolutely. Same with you guys? Definitely. No, seriously, it's competition's good. Okay, any other questions there?
I've noticed quite a few houses that don't list the address by application or something.
Frustrates me.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm looking at it from a buyer's point of view.
Yeah.
I think, okay, next week, we list all our addresses. The only time we may not list an address, okay, is if the vendor has asked us for the rental property. Right? They don't want people going around and bothering them. But in most cases, we always list, well, in fact, we don't have a property where we haven't got the address. We always list the address, because I know personally, I want to know where that property is. It might look wonderful, but look, it's down the road there, you know, sort of next to the creek, and it's in a flood area, but you don't know until.
Well, you don't want to be on a
an open home the other week at Paddington. Open home, address on application.
We've seen a few of them too, actually.
How would you do that? Sorry, am I taking too much
Good
cover?
on, good on.
Yep.
Any
Okay.
further questions for Lynda? Alright, thank you very much, Lynda. And just before we finish the evening, guys, having looked at the conveyancing and then the real estate, we'll now look at the mortgage broking side of things. So our third speaker is a man who's been with Aussie since 2001 and is one of the top advisors in Queensland. He's helped hundreds of clients with their finance needs. His specialisation is to help clients by designing a loan that suits their needs, whether it's for residential or commercial properties. His passion is to help people achieve their dream of home ownership, be it a first home, an investment property, or consolidating existing debts. Please welcome to the stage Alan Taylor, Franchise Principal for Aussie Lutwyche and Paddington.
Hey all, I get to follow on at the end, so hopefully you all got a sore bum or anything yet? You need to stand up and jump up and down, is everyone okay?
Yeah, 5
Sorry? 5 stars. Yeah, okay, so you've got part of the packs, everyone got one of these as well? So I guess what I'll do is just run through a few quick things in here. Can I just get a bit of a feel for who's buying a home for the first time? Yeah, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And it's fine for like another time, upgrading, buying again? Yeah? Okay. So it's a little bit different if you're buying again compared to buying for the first time. If you're buying for the first time, you're entitled to a lot of concessions. The banks will also be a little bit more lenient on you if you're buying for the first time compared to buying again. I don't know why that is, but they tend to give you a little bit more leeway. Some of it's to do with age, and some of it's to do with the new legislation that's come out just recently, the National Consumer Credit Protection Act, NCCP, we know it as. Basically all that is, from our point of view, it's extra hoops that we've got to jump through to make sure that we don't dig you into a hole, I suppose is the best way to put it. With that new legislation, the banks, it's basically illegal for us to knowingly offer you a loan that's unsuitable for what you need and or put you in a difficult financial position. So it's hard for us to try and oversell you, I suppose. One of the questions I like to ask of people when I first meet with them is, have you thought about how much you're comfortable with as far as your repayments go? Because you know your budget better than what I do, better than what the banks do. And some people say, look, we already pay $400 a week rent. We're comfortable to go to $450 a week. So you know your situation better than me. So I'll use that as a starting point and work backwards. If you work on $450 a week, it's $1,800 a month, say. Put that into the calculator as the loan repayment, and then work backwards to figure out how much you can borrow. It ends up being $1,800 a month. Right? So at least that way you're not overstretching yourself. Then you look at the sum and go, well, that only gives me $320,000. Oh man, I really wanted to buy something for $400. Well, you've got a couple of choices. You can either expect to spend more on your repayments, or you can get a cheaper house. So I guess that's always a good place to start. So one of the questions I often ask is have a think about what you're comfortable with as far as repayments go. Because it's not just about owning your house. You don't want to be in a situation where you can't afford a DVD and pizza. It's not just owning it, what you're paying a loan. You don't really want the mortgage, to be honest with you, you don't. Bankers are 4-letter word. They're all bastards, all of them are bastards. None of them are really good, just some are worse than others. But you don't want the loan, you just want the house. Really, you don't want the loan.
Can we bypass that somehow?
Yeah, if you had the cash, then you don't need the loan. Unfortunately, unless you've got the cash, you need to do it another way. But in reality, you just go and buy the cash if you could, without getting the bank involved. So first homeowners grant, there was one in the packs. Did one go out, Nathan? You want to spread those around? Do you have a copy for everybody?
No, I'm thinking one.
Just one copy?
16 pages.
Okay. This is what it looks like. 16 odd pages of government forms, the usual. Half of it is explanation. Pretty much most of it. I've got real estate contract in here.
Yeah.
eligibility criteria, all sorts of stuff. Then the second part of the form is the actual grant form. Now, you don't normally have to worry about this too much. We usually do this for you as part of the loan, and then we send it to the bank as part of the forms that go to the bank. Most of the banks are authorised collection agents for the grant, so they'll actually collect the grant on your behalf. You fill in the form, they process it, they collect the grant, and they'll bring the money at settlement. So when the final day, when all the money's going to be paid by the bank and your deposits and everything, and the solicitors all have their cup of tea and bickies, then the grant gets paid at the same time. So there's a few questions on here that you have to answer. Some of them are a little bit tricky, and here's something to think about. It says, first question says, is this the first time that you've been eligible to receive the grant? Yes, no. Pretty straightforward. Second question says, are you and your partner a person who has never owned a property before July 2000? So if you've never owned a property at all, or before July 2000, then you can tick, yes, I've never owned a property. The second part of the question says, is each applicant and their spouse or partner a person who has never owned and occupied a property since July 2000? So what that means is if you've owned a property and you never lived in it, that doesn't exclude you from the grant. So you could buy a property today and never live in it, buy it as a rental, and then in the future you can still get the grant.
Is there a clause in there about being in Australia?
No.
Because that's what the other paperwork says, is that it's only if you've
Well,
owned
it
in
doesn't
Australia.
ask you.
No, that's what I was
It
thinking.
says, has each applicant and their spouse or de facto a person who has never occupied a residential property which they acquired a relevant interest in on or after July 2000 in any state or territory of Australia?
Ah, okay.
Okay, so in answer to your question, if you've owned property in England,
Alright, cool.
it doesn't exclude you.
Alright, cool.
So if you've owned a property before July 2000, you're out. If you've owned a property since July 2000 but you never lived in it, you're still in. Then it goes on to say, are you a company, are you over 18, blah, 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 blah. Over the page, there's another couple of tricky questions that you have to watch out for, which says, is the property that you're buying less than its market value? Yes, no. And if you're buying off your uncle, maybe you get it cheap. Right? Then it says, have any of the persons applicants received any financial help, whether directly or indirectly, that's going to help with the transaction? So in other words, if you've got a family or relative that's going to give you a gift towards the purchase of your property, then you're receiving financial help. So you have to answer, yes, I'm getting financial help. Then it says, is the person providing the financial help related? So normally, yes, they're related. The last question says, will the related person providing financial help live in or use the home frequently? So where this all came from was where you hear stories about parents selling their property to their kids so the kids could claim the grant, right? And then they're still going to live there. It's still a family home, as it were. But now they've got the grant, right? So they ask you these questions now. So if you're going to get a gift from a relative, you have to declare that you've got a gift. And basically, the gift giver can't live in the house. Now, a lot of this is all about what you say on the form, because the Office of State Revenue, they don't have any manpower to be the rent police, but there's some things that they can check. Now, check what your driver's licence is registered to, where your electricity bills are. There's stuff they can check, but they're not like to come around knocking on the door to see whether or not your uncle's living there. But, truth be known, you've got to answer the questions. So that's a tricky one. If you're getting a gift, you do have to declare it, basically, that you're getting financial assistance.
So you can still get it, can you? Say if you're helping, say I'm helping Joe.
Yeah. As long as you weren't going to live in the home, then yes, you could give financial assistance. But you have to declare that that's what's happening.
Right.
That's a couple of stat decks. We can cover all that off when that time comes, but basically it's a stat deck to say I'm giving a gift.
Is
to assist with the purchase of the property.
there a definition of what's classed as a gift?
Basically, it's money that's not repayable.
Specifically for the purchasing of a house, so trust is different.
Yeah, trust is different.
Okay.
Trust is usually chunks, one-off
Yeah.
chunks. Usually trust, you get paid so much per month, sort of thing with trust.
Or when you
Rather-
turn 25.
Yeah, yeah, then you get a lot. Yeah, that's true. So it all circumstances are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit like inheritance. Inheritance doesn't count as gift. Trust is a bit like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Can I just ask, is that gift, does it matter if it's going towards like a deposit or towards the, I mean, would it be towards the deposit or?
Yeah,
is that-
usually it'd be towards the deposit. Meaning usually because means by having the gift you borrow less.
Yeah.
So it gets used towards the transaction. The rest of it is you fill in your name and address, where you were born and that hoo-ha. If you've got if it's two of you, you're a couple and you're both buying together, then you're applicants 1 and 2. But there's also a section here for spouse, and that confuses a lot of people. Because if you're husband and wife and you're buying it together, then you're applicant 1 and 2. But if you're husband and wife or de facto, and only one of you are buying, then the other one becomes the spouse. They're not actually an applicant, because they're not buying the property. They're not on the contract. But they have a spouse, so the spouse details goes in here. Now what that normally is designed to catch people on is they go, well, look, we're married, she's owned the property before, so I won't buy it in her name, I'll buy it in my name, so that I can get the grant. And they go, you've got a spouse, your spouse has had a property before, you're out. Right? There used to be a loophole in the regulation where you could be together for more than a year but less than 2 years and not married, and you could still claim it. Well, they closed it. They'll wake up for that. But that was a good loophole. So that's spouse section. That's property details. We usually fill all that part in for you. Then you sign it and have a witness. And that's pretty much it. That's the form. Looks pretty daunting, but really not that hard. And then we send it through to the bank along with some certified ID. And that's the other trick for it. To complete the rest of the paperwork for the grant, you need a JP certified copy of your licence and your birth certificate or passport. Either of those two. And it has to be certified by a JP actually before it's part of the application. So they want to make sure that you're either an Aussie or a permanent resident, pretty much. Whether you were born here or whether you're a permanent resident or whether you're a permanent citizen. Citizen, resident or born here. And it only has to be one. So if you've got 2 of you, one's an Australian citizen, the other one's not got the permanent residency yet, doesn't matter, the Australian citizen's eligible for both of them. So it basically says if one of you is Australian citizen or permanent resident, is at least one applicant.
Is it still 7,000?
It's 7,000 cash, and then it's a concession on the stamp duty. Now what that concession on the stamp duty is up to $500,000 of purchase price, you pay no stamp duty. So the concession is 100% concession, up to $500,000. So the stamp duty, if you were buying a home and you weren't a first home buyer, stamp duty on $500,000, Nicole's about 9,000, something like that, 9.5. So you get that for naught. So really the grant's worth 14.5. You get 7,000 cash and you get 9,000 that you don't have to pay. So it's worth 14 really. But yeah, it's 0 stamp duty up to $500,000. The stamp duty, normal stamp duty is 1% up to about 380,000, and then after 380 purchase price and stuff, you get ramp up a little bit sharp up. Most people buying a property, if you're saying like I'm buying a property for 400,000, stamp duty is roughly $4,000. In round terms. Once you start to go above 400, it starts to get a bit steeper. Here we go. The other thing I wanted to cover was some of the requirements that the bank are going to want you to have. One of the things that if you're buying a property and you don't already own a property, the banks will want to know that you've saved up some money of your own, that you've sweated some sweated some blood, suffered some pain to actually get into your own property. It's not so much the banks, it's more about the mortgage insurers. Has anyone heard of mortgage insurance? Yeah? Once upon a time, the banks would only ever lend you 80%. You had to have a 20% deposit. The reason that they worked on 80% was they figured that if something happened and they had to sell you off, they'd have to sell it in a hurry at a discount to get their money back. So they figured they'd only get 80% of whatever the house was worth. So they wanted you to have 20% deposit. The banks call it dirt money. They want to know that you've sweated some blood, suffered some pain, and you've got some skin in the game, as they call it. So what they do is they want to know that you've saved up at least 5% of the value of the property, the purchase price of the property. Now that can be made up of money that you saved up in the bank. It can be made up of, well, look, I had a car or I sold it a year ago. I got 20 grand for it. I took that 20 grand and I stuck it in a term deposit. That counts. You've only got to demonstrate to the bank that you've either saved or held the money for 6 months. So you might have had it given to you 6 months ago, stuck it in the bank. Now we're 6 months down the track. I'll count that as if you've saved it because you didn't spend it. Right? So then you've put in some commitment. So the mortgage insurer's issue largely is that they figure that if you've had a gift and you've got the grant, and that's enough, just enough to be at 5%, then you've got no volume. Because if it all got too hard, you'd go, I don't want to do it anymore, it's too hard. And you walk away. And they go, well, we don't want your house, we just want your loan. So they want to know that you've suffered some pain. So they look for 5%. So the trick to do is that try and aim to get at least 5% deposit and get it in a bank account where you can actually show it to the bank. So a joint account, or even in single names is fine. Get an account, put your savings in it, and have it over time. Keep your statements so that we can show them at least 6 months worth of history. And here's where I started 6 months ago. Here I am today. I've got 5% of the purchase price, and I've saved it up. Now you might have started at 0 6 months ago, and 6 months later you've now got 5%. That's fine too. You might have started off at 10 grand 6 months ago, and here we are 6 months later, and I've got 11,500. That's fine too. If you started off at 30 grand, and 6 months later I've now got 15 grand, then that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for it to be stable or going up, or held. Add it in a term deposit. So keep your statements because the bank's going to want to see it. Now, if you've got more of a deposit, more than 10%, then a lot of times the banks don't really care either. And that's where the gift stuff comes in. Right? At 20% deposit, they really don't care. All you need to do is show that you've got it. How much you got? Oh, 20%. Yeah, you've got to save it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, look, it only came in last week. Yeah, okay. Where'd you get it from? None of your business. All I want to know is that you've got the 20%. You really don't care. It's the mortgage insurers that are the sticklers. And once you go more than 20% deposit, then mortgage insurers are out. And only insure the loans above 80%.
So you still effectively use the first homeowner's grant to pay the mortgage insurance, to pay, you'll use a portion of the first homeowner's grant potentially to pay the cost of the mortgage insurance.
Well, most of the banks with the mortgage insurance, they'll let you what they call capitalising. So if you were borrowing, say you buy a property for 400,000 and you're borrowing 380,000, so that's 20%, $20,000, which is 5%, right, on a 400,000 purchase. Then they'll actually, and say the mortgage insurance is 5 grand, then they'll actually let you borrow 385,000 to cover the 5,000 mortgage insurance. So you still put in the 20 grand of your own, that's your 5% deposit, and then the 5,000 in mortgage insurance, they'll actually let you borrow it. So in reality, you're borrowing 97% of the purchase price rather than 95. They let you capitalise it on. Not all banks will do that. Some banks make you pay for the insurance, right? But most of them will let you capitalise it. NAB is one of the ones that won't let you capitalise it, you have to pay.
And sorry, can I just check then? Did you say that if you get a gift that makes up a portion of the deposit,
Yep.
They won't really, they don't care savings if it's over 10%, or is it only
20 is safe.
Okay.
10% it depends on lender to lender.
Yeah.
some lenders will go, look, at 10% deposit, we really don't care. There used to be a product out there that was known as the 90-10 loans. 90% lend, 10% deposit, funds from any source. So you get, as long as you had your 10%, as long as you could demonstrate that you had 10%, they didn't really care where you got it from. Now, that's still around, but there's not as many lenders that offer it anymore. Some of the banks, their criteria for no requirement to prove savings comes down to 85%. So above 85% lend, so less than 15% deposit, you've got to prove some savings. Some of them will let you get away with 10%. One of the banks out there will actually let you get away with no savings at all. 5% deposit from any source. So they call it borrower's contribution. You just have to prove that you've got 5%. You pay a bit dearer in rate though if you get it. So they put a little, 0.2 higher rate sting if they're not having this, the hurt number. One of the other things that's in your pack is a list of jargon. You'll hear a lot of jargon when you're talking about loans and lending and all that sort of stuff. We suffer from it really badly. The banks suffer from it. Westpac would have to be the absolute worst. They have 3 and 4 letter acronyms for everything. You want to go for a break and go to the toilet, there's an acronym for it. Westpac is just the worst for it. But just to quickly go through it, CFC, certificate of currency. Certificate of currency is for your insurances. COT, certificate of title. COS, contract of sale. You'll see all this stuff when you get paperwork from the banks that will have all these jargons and things on it. I/O, interest only. So if you're borrowing the loan and you're going to borrow an interest only loan, in other words, my repayments are going to be just the interest. I'm not going to make any payments off the balance of the loan. I'm just going to make the interest payments. So people say, well, why would you do that? Well, there's a couple of reasons why you might do it. One is cash flow. I've got a loan I'm building at the moment, a young couple. She's actually on maternity leave. She's a registered nurse. He's an IT professional. They can do the loan on just his income. And that works okay, and they can manage. They're all good. But they know that for the next year or two, before she goes back to work, and they just have a baby 6 months old, they're going to be a bit tight on money. So they're going to do the next 2 years interest only. So they're not going to pay down the loan at all for the next 2 years. And then by then, baby will be a little bit older, she'll be going back to work, they'll have more money, then they can start to get more loan.
Is that quite common?
It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. I wouldn't say it's common, but it's not uncommon.
So is that something we should mention when we come to talk to you about when we're looking for a loan, is that we want that to be a possibility?
Yeah, usually you'll need more than 5% deposit if you're going to do interest only. The banks really don't like first home buyer, absolute minimum deposit, not paying it off.
Oh, that's fair enough.
They go away from it. But if you've got more than the 5% deposit, then you can get away with the interest only for an upfront period. You've got other loans out there which are known as lines of credit, which are interest only for the life of the loan. You never have to actually pay the loan off. Now, they've got really good uses, but they're usually a pretty bad idea.
I used to be a telemarketer for lines of credit.
Yeah.
I was brainwashed for a while.
Yeah.
And then stopped being
A lot of the
brainwashed.
telemarketers used to offer a Citibank product. It was known as a revolving line of credit, rather than revolving line of credit. And a Citibank product was just a shocker. But they'd sell it to you as, look, you have this credit card, you live on the credit card, and then you have your whole pay paid into your loan, and then you enjoy it. Shocking, terrible things. I must have refinanced hundreds of them over the years. There's people that have been sold them. They were literally sold them. And sucked into them. Then they go back and revisit them 4 years later, and they still owe what they borrowed. They hadn't paid anything off at all. And they were feeling behind the 8 ball, so I go and refinance and do a proper loan and pretty much just start to pay it off. So interest only, the other reason why you might have interest only if it's an investment property, that's probably not a subject for tonight, but investment properties you don't necessarily want to pay down the debt, you want to get the tax deductibility. You want to pay down the debt that's on your home, because that's got no tax deductibility. But you want to keep the other debt up. P&I, principal and interest, that's where you're actually making your payments, where you're actually paying off the debt. VAL, valuation report, so that's the one that the banks do. Supporting docs, is where that's all your extra paperwork that you've got to send to the bank, pay slips, bank statements, ID, credit card statements, all that, it's just supporting documents. Loan docs is where the banks actually, that's the stuff that they send you out, the letters of offer from mortgages, the actual loan contracts known as loan docs. Letter of offer, we've got conditional approval. Conditional approval is usually the first stage of your approval. So we put the loan application together, send it to the bank says, oh yeah, we'll do that. Let's just get a valuation and we need an extra payslip because you only sent us one, so we want a second payslip. So that's conditional approval, conditional upon valuation, conditional upon the second payslip. Then they go away, the bank does their valuation, we send them in the extra payslip, they go, yeah, that's all good, and then you get the unconditional approval, which is what Nicole had mentioned before about your approval of finance, basically. And that's usually a letter that says, congratulations, your loan's now been approved. Now that's enough to satisfy the finance clause in your contract, and then the banks then they prepare all the actual legal stuff, which is the actual contract, so we sign away virtual title. AST on here, approved subject to, it's a bit like conditional approval. LMI is another one that you'll hear, lender's mortgage insurance, which is insurance that protects the bank. It doesn't protect you, it protects the bank. A lot of people think mortgage insurance, that means if something happens to me, I don't have to pay the loan. No, that's loan protection. Mortgage insurance protects the lender. Quick spiel on that, once upon a time, banks will only lend you 20%, 80%, they have 20% deposit. The reason they worked on 80% was they figured if something happened and they had to sell you off, they had to sell in a hurry at a discount. So they figured they'd only get 80% of what the profit was worth. Some banks would say, look, we've known you for 20 years, we know you're good, we knew your mum and dad, they've been with us for 30 years, so we'll let you have 90%. But instead of you paying 7%, you pay 8%. It's called rate for risk. More risk, higher rate. With mortgage insurance, what it is mortgage insurance is a once-off premium that the borrower pays at the beginning of the loan, lasts for the life of the loan, and never paid again. But the banks still work on the 80% rule. If something happened, they'll sell you in a hurry, they'll sell you a discount, and they call it the mortgage insurance to cover any shortfalls. So the banks can't lose. It's what's called lender's mortgage insurance. This covers the lender. Now don't think you've got to worry that easy, because if the lender's mortgage insurance have to pay up, they'll come to you. But it allows you to borrow up to 95% and still have the same interest rate as everybody else. So there's no sting in the tail on the way. And you have less of a deposit. Principal, so loan amount, security of the property for the loan. Drawdowns and progressive draws, this is another one that tricks a lot of people. That's usually used when you're doing a construction loan, if you're going to build a house. With a construction loan, bank approves the amount of money for the whole deal, but then they pay it in stages. So the builder will normally go, okay, slabs down, 20 grand. When the bank pays the 20 grand, your loan goes up 20,000. So you start making payments on 20,000. Then the builder goes, frames up, roofs on, 50 grand. So the bank pays them 50, your loan's now 70 grand. So you're making payments on 70. Then he goes, okay, block up stage, you put all the doors and windows, all the brickwork, that's all done. You need another 80 grand, thanks. Bank pays them 80, your loan's now 150,000. So you're now making payments on 150, and it slowly gets fatter and fatter. That's what they call progressive draws. The challenge with construction loans is that if you've got another existing mortgage or you're renting, just as the house is almost finished, your loan is almost fully drawn, so you're making payments on that. Plus you're still paying rent or a mortgage somewhere else. So that last month or two before the house is finished is when it gets really tight. You're effectively paying two loans. Your mortgage or your rent on the house that you're living in now, and you're almost paying the full mortgage for the one you're building. So that can be a challenge. Solicitors on the list. I'll be all night if I go through all of this, but it's a good handy little guide that you can just use if you get stuck with jargon. A little bit of a guide. There's a couple other things I'll just touch on quickly. Construction loans I've done. Upgraders. If you're buying a house again, say if you're selling a house and then you're buying another house, one of the things that you can do with your loan is what's called a don't have to actually end the original loan, you can move it from one property to another. They call it loan portability out in the marketplace, substitution loans. The trick to watch out for with that is that on the settlement date on your contract, you need to have the settlement date of the sale and the purchase on the same day. Now that can be a bit tricky to do. But if you know that you need that, then you can start with that in mind when you do your contracts. So when you're selling your place and you're buying your other one, you know that they've got to be the same day, so you can manipulate the contract so that they're the same day. And traditionally that's a clause on the settlement date that says settlement for this property is simultaneous with settlement of the other property. But if anyone's got that scenario, it's probably better to talk about that offline where we can really get into the nitty-gritty on that. The other one is bridging loans. Bridging loans is if you're selling your property, if you're buying the property before you've sold your first one. So you actually need all the money to buy the new one, but you haven't sold the other one yet. So that's where you can actually buy the whole amount and then sell your property later. They usually give you a 6-month window to sell. Now people say bridging loans are dear. Well, the interest rates on bridging loans aren't any different to a normal loan. But where they're dear is that for a time you've actually got 2 loans running, but you're really only making payments on one. So the interest on the new loan is still being charged, but it's adding on to the loan, so they're all capitalising. So it's your new loan's getting fatter and fatter and fatter because you're not actually paying for that 6 months. And then when you do finally sell, you've got to pay off your older loan, plus you've got to pay that accumulated interest. So they get expensive. So the interest accumulates. That's why people say bridging loans are dear. That's why they're dear. It's not because the interest rate is dear, it's because interest is accumulating and you're not making any payments. That's what makes it dear. The last thing I'll just touch on before I finish is this was mentioned before about timings. So timings for how long for finance, how long for building a pest, how long for settlement dates. I normally recommend to all my clients to put 21 days for finance. The reason for that is that contracts used to be 14 days for finance and 30 days for settlement. That was pretty normal when I started doing this 10 years ago. These days the banks are a bit slower. They do more stuff now, even though they're supposed to be faster with computers and all those things that they have now. It's actually slowed them down. And the other thing is stress. This is a pretty stressful time buying a property, and the last thing you want to be is stressed on time. You're much better to have a longer time frame and get your approval early, rather than be right at the last day and we still don't have the approval. Everyone's freaking out. And in a situation where, yeah, look, technically you can go an extension, but the vendor, they may not grant the extension. They may have a contract that's behind it. Someone else has come along and said, they sold it to you for $350, and someone's come along and gone, I would have given you $380 for that. I can't sell it to you because we've got it under contract. So they're waiting for the contract to fall over so they can sell it to the other guy for $380. I've had that happen. I had a client that they had to have their finance by 5 o'clock. They just had to because there was another contract behind it. And they had 14 days for finance, and here we were at 10 to 5 on Friday afternoon, still no approval. Guess what they were doing? They were freaking out. They thought, we're going to lose this place. We got the approval at 5 to 5. Did you think they were stressed? We were stressed. All my team was stressed. Because my office manager at Paddington, she'd been on the phone to the bank every 10 minutes for the last 4 hours. Where's the approval? Where's the approval? Where's the approval? Because we knew that it had to happen. And so everyone was stressed. Everyone was freaking out. So we had 21 days for finance. It wouldn't have been so stressful. Likewise with settlement, if you've got 21 days for finance, then we say get 45 days for settlement. Because if you think about what the banks do, once they've approved your loan, they then get rid of the file from the credit team and they send it to the settlements team. So that's their solicitors basically. So someone else now takes ownership of it. So there's usually 2 or 3 days between the approval till it gets to the settlements team. Then they have to draw up the actual legal documents, the letters of offer, the mortgages, all that stuff. Then they put it in a mail bag and they send it to you. So we've got 3 or 4 days from the time it's approved, 3 or 4 days before the paperwork is issued. Maybe a day or 2 in the post. Then you've got to get it, rip it open. Technically you're supposed to read every word of it and understand it all. Hardly anybody does. Those people just look for the part where they sign. But really, you're supposed to actually read through all of it, and some of the terms and conditions can be a booklet that's that thick. So, a couple of days, maybe it's in your hands, then you've got to get it signed and witnessed, and then back to the bank. So, maybe you've got it, so it's 3 days before it's prepared, a day or two in the mail, so that's 5. You've got it for a couple of days, so that's 7. Then back in the mail again, another couple of days, that's 9 days. Then the banks usually want it back at least a minimum of 3 days before the settlement. Some of the banks want it back 5 days before the settlement, but at least a minimum of 3. So that's 10, 12 days. So if you've got 21 days for finance, 30 days for settlement, that's 9 days. And that's, I'm talking working days, not calendar days. Right? You've got 9 calendar days, 7 working days. You're going to need 11 or 12 working days. It just doesn't fit. We can do things like go into town and pick the documents up, deliver them to you, get them signed, deliver them back. But some of the banks do it offshore now. ANZ, their documents are done in Mumbai. So they actually instruct dudes in India, book up us the documents, and then they send them back electronically. So it's not like we can go to ANZ and go, can I have the documents? They're not even here. They're in Mumbai. Westpac, all their documents are done in Adelaide. It's another hard one. You can't go down and drive down there and get them because they don't have them. Commonwealth Bank, Queen Street, beautiful. I can just go down there and go, I need the docs and get them. But most of the other banks, you can't actually go and collect them. They've got to do their process. So 21 days for finance, 45 for settlement. If you need to squeeze it back a bit, you can, but just be aware that it's going to be stressful. Everyone's going to be stressed. But if you're prepared for that, then it's okay. I like not so stressed. And you don't want to be stressed. The other one is building and pest. Most of the building and pest inspections, some agents will put 7 days for building and pest. I like to put at least 14 for building and pest. The reason being is if you've seen a property on Saturday and you've made an offer and they've agreed to it on Saturday, and the contract gets signed and dated on Saturday, then the first thing you can do with a building and pest inspector is at least Monday. So you've already lost 2 days out of your 7. So you've only got 5 days to get the building and pest done, which means you've got to get the building and pest inspector out there by Tuesday at the latest, so that you can have the report back by maybe Thursday. So you've got at least 1 day to at least review the report and say whether or not you want to go ahead with the property. So 7 days for building and pest is just too tight. The other thing is that if you've got 7 days for building and pest, as soon as you've signed the contract, you've got to go and get the building and pest done. Now at that stage we might not have even let the bank have a look at the property yet. So we show the bank the property and they go, no, look, I don't like the property, we don't do that postcode. And you go, oh, but I've got to be building and pest. Oh, well, bad luck. So you've blown the 500, you've got the nice report, the property's fallen over because the bank doesn't want it. So if you've at least got 14 days for building a pest, then we can at least get the pre-approval done in the beginning. You come along to me with the contract, we can send that to the bank, get the bank to at least give us a quick nod on it, yep, we're happy to proceed on that property. And then you can go and get your building a pest.
There's another reason for that too. If you've got your cooling off period, you don't want to do your building a pest within your cooling off period in case you change your mind.
In case you change your mind.
14 days, they always advise.
I see a lot of contracts though with 14 days for finance, 30 days for settlement, 7 days building a pest. And everyone's just stressed. You just don't need to be stressed out. The last thing is that just to get yourself prepared for whether it's a pre-approval or a full approval, I like to say be a keeper. Some people are chuckers, some people are keepers. And by that I mean, some people I say to them, so you got your credit card statement? No. Yeah. Got your rates notice? No. Got your bank statement? Got your pay slip? No. Got your bank statements with the deposit? No. I just check it, see that it's got the right amount and I'll throw it out. 2 things bad idea. One is identity theft, you throw it in the bin, people forget it. The other thing is that the bank's going to want all that stuff. They're going to want pay slips, they're going to want bank statements, they're going to want credit card statements, they're going to want anything to do with your financial life, they're going to want to see it. So if you've chucked them all out, and then I say to you, look, I'm going to need the last 6 months' history on your savings account, say to the bank, oh look, I chucked it out, I don't care, they're going to want you to get it. So that means you have to go to the bank and pay $12 a page to get them to reprint them for you. Would have been better to just keep them in the first place. So if you're thinking that you're going to be buying a property at some point, just keep everything. All your pay slips, all your bank statements, everything then gets sent to you. Even if you've just got a tray and just chuck it all in there for the time being, and we'll sort through it all later. Keep it.
Sorry, would a general rule be the 6 months?
General rules are 6 months.
I can go back 10 years if you want.
Yeah.
But
My rule of thumb with banks is only give them what they ask for.
cool.
So some banks say, so you've got a credit card? Yep. So are we refinancing that credit card? No. Okay, we don't even want the statement.
Okay.
I did a loan the other day, lodged it on Friday, got approved on Monday with one payment. There was a refinance on the property, so I had a pay slip, didn't even have a rates notice, just put a pay slip in, and the bank approved. Because he had no debt.
Well, that was my next question. What about that? Like, because we've recently got married, and so have come back and I even paid off our credit card.
Yep.
So the credit card for the last year has been a big deal, but it's now paid off.
Yep.
Would they still be interested in that history, or now that it's finished and closed?
Yes and no. If you've got a low deposit,
No.
and they say, well, why haven't you saved a deposit? You can say, well, look, I had this credit card, it was $15,000. Over the last 4 months, I've paid it to naught. If I hadn't have done that, I would have had a deposit.
Okay.
Right? Then yes, you can use that as a why don't you have a deposit, right? But generally speaking, they're really not that interested in the
So
card.
debt isn't that big a deal if it's gone.
The debt's not a bigger deal if it's gone.
Okay.
It shows good conduct.
Yeah.
But, and the other thing is with credit cards is that they will take your limit, not how much you owe.
Yeah.
So if some people say, I say, have you got a credit card? Yep. How much is your limit? 50 grand. Isn't that good? Because I've got a really high limit. No, it's actually bad. Because you've got the 50 grand limit, you can go and buy a car with a credit card tomorrow. You don't have to apply for it. You can just walk in and pay for it on your credit card. So the banks will take the whole limit of what you owe. So if you've got credit cards and you've got spare capacity on them, like you've got a limit that you're not using, cut the limits down because it affects how much you borrow.
Two, if you have another loan, for example a car loan, that
Yep.
you should be demonstrating their regular monthly payments
Yep.
on that.
Yep.
Is that going to adversely affect how much you can borrow? Or is that a good thing because you're showing again regular savings?
That's a really good question. It's a combination of both. If you've got a debt that you're paying at a faster than required rate, then that shows good conduct. They'll only sting you when they're assessing how much can you borrow, what your ongoing commitments are. They'll only penalise you for the minimum required payment. So if you might say, look, my payment's at $250 a month, but I'm paying $450. But when they assess you, they'll only assess you at $250 because that's your minimum required. But if you're paying $450 and we can show them that, then that shows good credit conduct. So the deals these days, the way the banks look at them, they're all credit risk model, right? So a lot of times people say, look, I've been really good, I have no debts, but I still didn't get the loan. They look at it, they credit score you. So some of the things that they score, how long have you been in your residence? So if you've been living in a rental property for 4 years, then that's good. If you've been 3 months here, move, 4 months there, move, 6 months here, move, 4 months there, move, bad, because you're unstable. Likewise, job. You might go, oh, I've only been in my job 3 months. But my last job, I was there 7 years. That's good. Or, I've been currently in my job 5 years, or 2 years, or whatever. But if you're 6 months change, 12 months change, 6 months change, and they go, no, you're too unstable. So that's bad. But then you might have all that that's bad, but you've got really good savings and you've got a good deposit. So that'll outweigh the unstableness. But if you've got really good stable employment, but you've got no deposit, then what that is bad and that's good. So usually when they decline people, it's not usually from any one thing. I call it death by 1,000 cuts. Usually when loans get declined, it's because credit cards over limit, unstable residence, unstable job history, little or no deposit, lot of debt, not much asset. So they go, so what do you own? Oh, I've got a car, how much is that worth? $5 grand. Got money in the bank? Yeah. How much you got? 10. Okay. Is there anything else? I've got about, I've got a push bike. So they look at what's your total assets are. I've got 30 grand in assets. How much do you owe? Well, I've got a car loan that's 15. I've got a credit card that's got a 10,000 limit. Right, now I owe me uncle $5,000. So they go, we actually owe more than what you own. Right, your net asset position is bad. You owe more than what you've got. Right. Now, if you're 19 and you don't have very much stuff, then they go, that's okay, you're only 19. But if you're 45 and your net asset position for age is where you've got net assets of $60,000 or $70,000 and debts of $4,000 or $5,000, they'll go, well, what have you been doing with your money? You've been working for 30 years. How come you've only got net assets of 30 grand? And what do? Do you gamble? What? You know? Now some people would say, well, look, I had a marriage breakup. I got cleaned out. And they go, okay, that's cool. If you can explain it, no problem. But if you've got a net asset position for age that's low, then they go, well, what? You put up your nose? Like, what's going on? You know? So they want to know. So they look at that as well. So it's stability of employment, stability of residence, asset position for age, debt load, all of that stuff. They put it in this computer box and it pops out, yep, good, bad or different. And we don't even know what's in it. They won't tell you what's in it because they don't want anybody manipulating the system. They won't tell you. So all I can say is they look for stability, they look for asset, they look for asset for age. You might be 24, 25 and not have much and they go, well, I've been travelling overseas for the last 3 years. Okay, that's fine. That's acceptable. They go, well, that's good, you've got that in your system, you can have a house. Right? But they look at all that stuff and then they score it and they sort of figure it out. So it's really hard to say yes that people would be good or no they won't be good because there's so many variables in it. But the nutshell ones are have stable employment, have stable residence, have good savings, have little debt. If you cover all those things, then you're pretty much most of the way there.
Can I ask one question? When you mentioned earlier about you know your budget and you saying, you know, I can spend this much a week, so I think my monthly payments will be this.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to have someone renting with you who would pay you a certain amount,
Yes.
do you factor that in, or is it
You can factor that into your budget, but the banks won't take it.
No. You have to be able to pay it.
Yeah, the only way the banks will take it in.
Sorry, just be careful with that because it could cancel out some of your stamp duty exemptions that you're entitled to because suddenly there's an investment property component to your property.
I'm guessing you were talking more about a border, renting a room.
Yeah, like just, you know, flatmate. Yeah, like if you had own a property but you get someone to rent the...
That's less of a problem. The banks won't take it as far as income goes.
It's still assessable income for tax purposes.
It is.
Be
Yeah.
careful.
That's fair.
No, so you have to
Yeah. Put it in your pocket. Get it in cash. Get it in cash and put it in your pocket. There's one lender out there that will allow you $150 a week for a room. But they're not the lender that you would normally want to use anyway. But they do student accommodation, stuff like that. They're a lender that does what they call net benefit. I had an example of a client, she was paying $350 a week rent. When we worked out what her loan was going to be, she was going to be paying $320 a week on her loan. So she was going to actually be better off buying her own home than what she was renting. Now when you looked at all her numbers on paper, she couldn't actually afford it. She'd been living in a rental place for 4 years. And the loan was going to be less than what she was paying rent. So even though on paper it said she couldn't afford it, it was pretty obvious that she could. She'd been doing it for the last 4 years. So they would get
So it's what you yourself, can afford and then you just get the benefit of...
Yeah, well I like to use that as a starting point.
Yeah.
So what are you comfortable with? Because a lot of times the banks will say, oh yeah, look, you're good for $480,000. When you look at the repayments, you go, I don't want to pay that repayment. Because you know your budget better than that. Cool. Alright.
Any other questions for Alan?
We'll hang around so we've got more.
Alright, well thank you for joining us tonight, ladies and gents.
Clap in.
And please feel free to stay around. We're going to have some refreshments tonight, so feel free to stay around. Alan will be around, Nicole will be around, Lynda will be around. Lee is also a broker here at Aussie, as I am, so we'll be around to answer any questions as well. But please feel free to join us. Thank you again.
Thanks.